So I haven't actually scripted or rehearsed this video. It's just something I want to talk about, so I'm going to wing it. If you're new to the channel, this is Panels and Bars, where we talk about hip hop culture and geek culture. And if you're not new to the channel, well, thank you for coming back. My name's B.I.G. So if you're anything like me and you've been massively into hip hop and action figures your whole life, then you'll know it's kind of frustrating because there's not much crossover there. Whereas any other form of popular media has tons of action figures for it, be it sports, video games, movies, even other genres of music, rappers and DJs don't really get that much shine across toy companies. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing, but traditionally, it was a long time before we even got anything. I mean, in the early 90s, you were looking at MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. And then after that, it was only real specialist collectors companies that even delved into rappers. And even then, it's few and far between. You've got companies like Funko who are producing rappers, but obviously those aren't articulated figures. They're not in a very big scale and they don't do them that often. So I'm always happy when I see a company that actually backs hip hop culture, and I'm frustrated that we don't get more of it. And that leads me to the subject of today's video, which is Super 7. Super 7 was formed in 2001 in San Francisco, and they're a real collectors company. It's for collectors, and you can tell it's obviously made by collectors. These are people that love what they do, and it's a very weird crossover and niche elements for most of their stuff. I mean, they do work with companies like Disney, and they do have some much bigger licenses, but you'll also notice that they work with bands like Ghost and just have real niche figure lines, and that is really exemplified in their hip hop range. Now, they do cover a wide spectrum of genres, but I'm going to focus on the hip hop and rap stuff because that's my passion. What's interesting about the artists they choose to showcase is you can really tell whoever it is that's into hip hop at Super 7 is into like true school lyricism, kind of the almost cliche version of what hip hop is. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all. Like, it's that real true school. I love lyricism. I love style. I love, it's what you see that's great about them is that there's not that many contemporary artists that they choose to work with, and even the artists they have chosen to work with who are contemporary, it's like Run the Jewels. It's real backpacker hip hop head type stuff, which I love. So it's really cool to see a company give shine to those type of people. You're probably not going to see too many top 40 artists being represented by Super 7, but I have no problem with that. The lineup of people they've worked with so far includes Beastie Boys, Scarface, Run DMC, Slick Rick, and some of the acts they've got coming up soon are super exciting. But you've got people like Eric B. and Rakim and RZA, just all these amazing artists who are known for their style and their individual look and sound to be personified in a way like this. I think it's fantastic what they've done. And what's really cool is it's the attention to detail and love that goes into these products. So the sculpts are fantastic and the packaging really caps it off. They use artwork from either the original promo shot or the actual original art. So in an example like RZA's Bobby Digital, they've actually used Bill Sienkiewicz's amazing artwork as part of the packaging, and they've recreated that in the figure itself with incredible sculpt for something of that scale. Now, one thing I would say is that scale is not my particular favorite. So whilst I am a fan of their reaction line, it's not my favorite. You might have seen their reaction line, even if you're not aware of the company. It's become very popular. It's almost G.I. Joe scale. They were for a while working in partnership with Funko, but they've left that now and they are an independent company. And they're cool. They like I said, the detail, the paint jobs are always immaculate. It's not my scale. I'm a guy that likes 6-inch and 7-inch lines. So something like this to me, it doesn't really appeal in terms of the things I'd have alongside on my shelf, but I can't help but admire it. The craftsmanship is incredible. And whilst I've never been a person that really understands why you would keep a figure in a packet, when I see these, I understand why you keep them in the packaging. The packaging is immaculate. Every single figure they do has amazing packaging on both sides. It has details that are very specific to that artist or character. It's well thought out. It looks fantastic. It showcases the figure in an incredible way. They're really kind of leading the industry in that way. Now, what's interesting is the line I am really intrigued by them is the Ultimates line. And Ultimates is a 7-inch scale, super detailed, fantastic paint jobs, tons of accessories. The one thing that's slightly disappointing about Ultimates is the packaging on the Ultimates they've released so far is very it's fine. I wouldn't keep them I wouldn't keep the packaging if I got an Ultimates figure. I would ultimately throw the packaging away and keep the figure because the packaging is but I'm a person that takes stuff out of the packaging anyway, so it's not that big a deal for me. In terms of hip hop, the first Ultimates they've done was ODB. It's fantastic. The sculpt is incredible, comes with a bunch of different accessories. I'm a bit disappointed they didn't use the same packaging they used for the ODB initial reaction line, because that's just a stroke of genius to recreate his album cover like that. But you will see that picture on the back of this packaging, so it's not the worst thing in the world. The upcoming release is going to be B.I.G, and that looks fantastic with a range of accessories that are really specific to him and his character and will look fantastic. And now, if you want to get reactions, you can pretty much go to any comic book store, specialty store, and they've probably got reactions in store right now. Ultimates is a different kettle of fish in terms of the fact that they're made to order. What Super 7 does is they have a pre-order system, and there's a certain window of time in which you can pre-order the figure you want. And it's from them and from other retailers like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, that type of thing. If you miss that window, you're not going to get a figure. The only way you will be able to get a figure is probably the secondary market. So that's the only thing I don't like about Ultimates, but I do understand that they're a smaller company. These licenses cost a lot of money. You can't really take risks on figures that won't be sold, especially when you spend that much to produce them. So I understand it. It's slightly disappointing, and I'm hoping, this company will continue to grow. They'll continue to get more licenses, and it'll be easier for people like me who don't live in the States to get our hands on Ultimates. But yeah, ultimately, no pun intended, this video was just a love letter to the company for everything they do, and to kind of, hopefully, if you're not aware of them, maybe now you're aware of them, because like I said, the acts they're working with are acts I'm just a massive fan of. Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, Scarface, Slick Rick, so many great acts who it's so cool to see them brought to life like this. Eric Big and Rakim. And at the time of making this video, which is June of 2023, they've also just announced they've got the license for Deborah Harry and MF Doom. Just two phenomenal people I never thought I'd see figures of, I'm a massive fan of. So yeah, I am really pumped on this company, what they're doing. And even though they've been around for a long time, the way they keep making new announcements, I feel like it's still early days for them. I feel like they're still learning, they're still growing, they're still improving their craft. And I can't wait to see who else we get figures of. So yeah, like I said, this is Panels and Bars, where I cover hip-hop culture and geek culture. And whenever those two things cross, I'm always excited. So yeah, hopefully we'll see not only more from Super 7, but hopefully they inspire other people to do this type of thing. If you've been watching, thank you so much. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to give me a like. And, if this is the type of content you like, feel free to subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified whenever I do new videos. If you've already been subscribed, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. There's more videos on the way, I promise. And I'll see you soon. Peace.